The enigmatic entrepreneur whose words will make you sure. Know, trust, and believe. The master teacher has come to help you succeed. The gem dropper, the truth speaker, the voice in the universe that will bring you to your highest peak. Welcome to the Get High on Motivation show with Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator, and this is the Get High on Motivation show. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, that like button, or if you're somewhere watching this live like Facebook or YouTube, find me on the app. Find a streaming app, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon. It don't matter. Just look up Get High on Motivation and make sure you add me to your collection. Hit whatever plus button you got to do. Make it happen, okay? Let's spread some digital currency today. And make sure that you share this with somebody, especially if something hits home for you or if something comes to mind and you're like, that person, send it to that person right there. Again, I am Mimi the Motivator. I am a holistic leadership development expert. I help people get from where they are to where they desire to and get all the blocks and chunks and stuff that they didn't even know existed out of the way so that way it can happen in real life. Because I believe whatever you desire, you deserve it, love bug. And I am here to assist you to get there. So we meet here every single week so we can become 1% better in one area of our lives. So I hope you are ready to better yourself, because if you are, you're in the right place. If you just want to stay the same and you okay with that, then you might want to go ahead and move on to the next show, because this is not for you. This is a place for people who want to grow in every aspect of their life, because the 4 pillars of wealth are mental health, physical health, spiritual health, and financial health, because we all about that money around here, okay? So don't get it twisted. So today we have a very important conversation to have. It goes back to a little NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. But really it's, we're going to talk about some stuff that might hit a little hard in your heart, like it might not feel so good, but you'll feel good by the end of the show, I promise. But it is going to be a big truth spill that we're all going to have to swallow today. But I think you're a big boy, big girl, big non-binary person, that you can handle this. So we're going to start with food for thought more than anything, because this is what we need to get started. So the greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. And this is from Coretta Scott King. She says the greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. That's what really defines a community. They say you can tell a fruit by its tree. You can also tell a forest by its trees. So what kind of people are doing what? How are you serving the communities that you claim? Are you somebody out there just being rah-rah about everything? We have to really consider, what are we doing with our voice? What are we doing with our actions? What are our actions really saying about ourselves? What are our actions really saying about our community? Because your actions define your community, whether you like it or not. If you claim to be a person of color, if you claim to be a person in the Pride family, then you gotta do everything to make sure you are representing your people the best. Because whoever comes in encounter with you, they think that you are a representation of everybody else who looks like you or who acts like you or who makes decisions like you. So if you're a Christian, please believe that somebody from a different faith, they're going to judge the whole Christian faith by what you do and the experience that they have with you. So think about that. What kind of actions are you taking? Are you taking compassionate actions that represent your community well? If you were the #1 representative for everyone who looked like you. So let's say if you are a lady. So for all the women out there across the nation, across the world, across the globe, if a man defined a woman by his encounter with you, his experience with you, what would that look like? If some children define their experience of what a grown woman was like by their experience with you, what would that look like? We get to define the guidelines. We define the stereotypes by what we consistently do. So please don't play into whatever the stereotypes are. Or if that's your thing, then do it if you want to be sensational. But know that you have an opportunity to maybe even redefine what someone believes about your community. You have the opportunity to read what somebody believes about your culture with your compassionate actions. Did you realize that? Did you realize how many people you represent every day when you go out into the world, whether it's into the physical world or in the social media world? How many people is that? How many people are you representing? How many different groups of people? How many different communities of people are you representing every time you open up your mouth? Consider that from this day forward. So if you want to choose an area to be 1% better in, because around here we're focused on being 1% better in one area of our life every single day. Today, let's consider being a little more compassionate and consider that we are the number one representative for anyone who looks like us or who thinks like us, and people associate with us. That's a heavy one. I don't know about y'all, but that is a heavy one, okay? So good morning, good morning, good morning. If you join me live, go ahead and let me know where you're tuning in from, so that way I can share your love, share you some love out here, because we all need a little extra love. I don't care who you are in the world. We all need some extra love here. So today's conversation, I feel like I'm avoiding it because I know it's going to hit home for me. Have you ever felt like that? Like just when you were about to read somebody they writes, you realize that the message was really for you, or that it could apply to you, and you're like, oh man, like you don't even want to say it anymore. Sometimes it's like that. Shout out to Nashville, Tennessee. I see I have Goddess Godwin in the building. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you for joining me today. So today we're talking about, is it them or is it us? Okay? Because think about it. Right now, I want you to close your eyes if you can. If you're driving or running, don't do that, please. But if you are somewhere where you can close your eyes, I want you to close your eyes really quick and think of the person who has been getting on your nerves the most. The person who has probably been getting under your skin, or who can really push your buttons. And the person where you're thinking in your mind, oh my gosh, I am nothing like that. Open your eyes. Guess what? I have bad news. You're exactly like that. It's something about you that's in them. They have this concept called projection is perception. Perception is projection. So let me repeat that. Perception is projection. In NLP training, we learned that there's no real raw reality. There is a representation that we get through our five senses: hearing, seeing, tasting, feeling, all that type of thing. But that it is a representation. So it's not a raw reality. It's what you have perceived. And then there's these three filters that everything goes through, which is it's distorted, you delete it, or you generalize it. And we all don't delete and distort and generalize all the same things. And that's why all of our perception is different. But one thing that I know is they always say is that when you change the way you're looking at things, the things that you're looking at will change. This is a part of that. But know that the reality, quote unquote, that you are looking at, that you are experiencing, or that you are defining, or that you're complaining about, it's not a true reality. It's only your reality. It's not anybody else's reality. You live in the same household with somebody, and you have two different realities. It's just how it is. Think about this. Me and my grandma, oh Lord, we are just alike is what some people say, but I'm thinking, man, I am not like that. And she is thinking, I am not like that, but there are definitely some things that we do very much the same. And it's not until one of us is doing it to the other do we realize it. Like we both give too much information. You ask a question, we give you all kind of other information that you didn't even ask for. I get on her nerves when I do it. She gets on my nerves when she does it. Because again, perception is projection. So even if you believe that, well, whatever it is that this person will do that you would never do, it is you projecting that onto them. It may be because you've experienced someone who looks like them before. And so you are projecting your past experience, your past distorted experience onto this new person. That's what happens. That's how stereotypes begin. That's why certain people of color get shot all the time, because they think, oh, it's this. They associate things. Just like, do you remember a long time ago, if you were in the airport and if you were someone that was a person of color with a turban on your head, they immediately thought you were a terrorist. And it's because of this. It's because of this perception, this distorted perception that someone is operating from. It's a distorted filter. Too bad we can't apply Instagram and TikTok filters to life. You might put them on your social media, but in real life, stuff is not so twinkly. In real life, your bone structure ain't like that, and life structure is not like that either. In real life, stuff is ugly. In real life, stuff is not even as we see it, because it is a representation. It's gone through some filters, and now it's not what it was. Have you ever played a game when you were younger, or even at work, where someone comes up with a statement and they whisper it in one person's ear, and you got to go all the way around the room, and when they get to the end, the last person has to say what they heard, and it's so completely different from the original statement. It's because of that distortion. Just think of how many things that you have gotten wrong. Think about how many things we even get wrong just operating off of assumptions. Our assumptions blur our perception at times, because we are assuming someone knows something. We're assuming someone knows how we feel. We're assuming that this person just has the right information, and they don't. And we are operating based upon a false assumption. And so when we operate off this false assumption, we're getting results that we don't even desire. And now we're perceiving someone improperly because of our assumption. It's a whole cycle of negativity. It's a whole cycle of negative patterns. But it is also an opportunity for us to change some things up, because now that you know this, now that you know that the reality that you're looking at is not really real, it's what you have created in your mind and projected out through your eyes. As much as we receive in our eyes, we're also projecting out of our eyes. We're looking for what we want to see. Seeking, ye shall find. If you want to see somebody as a bad person, you're going to find every nagging, nitpicking thing about them that you don't like. And it's okay, because now you know a little something different, and you can make yourself 1% better in that area. Now, when you come to someone and they are getting on your nerves, or they're doing something that's really bothering you, you know that you're going to sit back, or you're going to go look in the mirror and say, now, what happened in this experience that reminded me of something that I needed to heal about myself? Or what in this experience reminded me of someone I encountered when I was younger? We have to start getting to the root of our own experiences and our own perception, not trying to change somebody else's perception, not trying to change anyone else's perspective, but to alter our own perception. It's almost like we want to put on some rose-colored glasses and view the world through them. You have the right to do that. Very often people who look at a world through rose-colored glasses are made fun of. And like, well, you're not living in reality. Well, they're living in their reality the same way you're living in yours. We all have the right to create our own reality. And whatever that reality looks like is totally up to me and you. It's not up to anybody else. So if we want a different reality, then it's time for us to start creating it. It's not up to anybody else. If you want to see change, change the way you're looking at someone. Change what you're looking for in that person, and watch what you start seeing differently. You are going to see a whole different world. Just think about this. If you're somewhere where you got some arm room, I want you to stick your arms out completely in front of you, and then slowly move them out, and as far as you can move them and still see them without turning your head. Now just think about how much more space is around you that you cannot see. That's how much more reality that may exist that you're not perceiving. You have a skewed vision. You have a narrow vision of what's really going on. Our scope of vision is about this small compared to what the whole world's got going on around us. Just think about it when you're driving down the street. You're only seeing so much, but think about how much traffic, how many cars are out there that you cannot see. Sometimes we can't even see the car that's right next to us. That's how limited our perspective is. That's how limited our perception is. Some things are right there that close to us and we cannot see them because all we see is what we're projecting on to a situation. It's not them, love bug. It's us. That MF or that SOB that you would never be like, or the things that you would never do, rethink that. And maybe think of how you've done a different form of that same deed to someone else. Let's really do some reflecting today. And not in a shame on me, not in a beat yourself over the head kind of way, but let me see where I can adjust some things. Let me see what I can tweak, what I can turn, and what I can do to change the perception that I am projecting out onto the world. What if I decided to be happy and decided to look for all things happy today? Look for people smiling. Look for dogs wagging their tails. Look for birds and squirrels chasing each other. What kind of day do you think I'd have if I looked for the happy things? Because I was projecting my happiness outwards. But then let's look at the flip side of that. What if I am not feeling good about myself? Because I am not proud of the progress that I've been making. I feel like I should have been further along in life. I should have been further along in my year. I should be further along in my bank account. And I think that the people around me should be doing more too. I feel like they're not doing enough. And now I'm resenting them because they're not doing enough and I'm doing all I can. And they getting on my nerves. Let's think about that. And now I'm at the grocery store. And the line is taking all day, and the lady is taking all day to counter money in front of me, and the cashier is just moving all slow. What kind of day am I going to have? The choice is up to us. It's not them, it's us. And we have the opportunity to project our good juju gravy all over them. I don't care how slow. You can say, well, baby, take your time. Count that money. I want to count mine up too. What if you changed your projection onto others? What if you changed or raised the vibration that you were projecting out into the spaces that you're in? Stop making it somebody else's business to bring a smile to the building. Stop making it somebody else's business to bring a smile to your face. It is your business. That is your responsibility. It's nobody else's responsibility but your own. If you want to be happy, be happy. Make the choice, make the decision, and commit to it. It's not up for anybody else to change the conditions in your home. It's not up for anybody else to make it a harmonious situation. It's up to you. So if you want better, then do better. Or as we like to say around here, if you desire better, do better. And you will attract better. It's how the law of attraction works. It's how the universal laws work. The universal laws will never let you down. What you plant is what you harvest. What goes around comes around. There's cause and effect. Cause and effect is the basis of NLP training, period. Because everything is based on a cause and effect. The thing is, a lot of times you think that you're experiencing the effect when you, love bug, are the cause. So how about you be a better cause in your life? How about you cause some things to feel better? How about you cause some things to feel better for others? How about you cause things to feel more abundant by recognizing the abundance that you already do have? It's easy to count what's missing, but take the time to count what's there. Take the time to count who's there, who shows up for you. Because I know it's some people that you wish would show up, but they don't. They don't show up for you. They don't call. They don't check on you. They don't support your business, but that's okay. Because there's some people who desire to support you. So allow those people to support you. I have a friend who completely separated herself from a group of people who wanted to love on her and wanted to support her. And then she says, well, I just need to feel loved and supported. Who are the people who are willing to love and support you? Who are the people who are willing to support your business? Who are the people who are willing to cheer you on? Stick to those people. And I'm not saying let the rest go, but stop investing so much energy into those who are not investing the same amount of energy back, or at least attempting to match your good energy. Who are at least attempting to do something to make you feel like you're important, that you are supported. Support where you're supported, love where you're loved, and stop seeking it somewhere where it is not. And notice, maybe where it's not being loved, maybe you're not putting the love there. And maybe that's why you're not getting the love back, since we're projecting, right? So maybe if we want more love out of a relationship, whether it's a platonic, a family, or romantic, or even a business relationship, it's up to us to pour more of that love in there. Period. Okay? It is up to us. It is not up to them. It's us, love bugs. So now that we know it is us, what are we going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I want you to reach out to me and let me know, so that way I can hold you accountable. What thing are you going to do 1% better to change your perception of someone that you've been projecting onto them? Now that we know it's not them and it's us. What you going to do, love bug? I told you today was going to be a tough truth pill to swallow, because we don't want to believe that it's us. Absolutely not. It's not us. How? All I've done is everything I can do. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't do some things that were possible for me to do. Because sometimes we think the doing is a physical doing. Sometimes the thing that you can do is to not do, to maybe not do so much, to draw back, to step back, to give space for somebody else maybe to do some doing. Because if you're constantly doing all the doing, guess what? People will let you keep on doing the doing. I had a little cousin that lived with me a long time ago. She was 18 when she came to live with me. And she wouldn't wash the dishes. And I'm like, well, why won't you wash the dishes? And she said, because I know that you'll do it. And she was right. If she didn't wash the dishes and it's time for me to cook dinner, I'm washing these dishes regardless. She had it figured out. But I had to respect her honesty. I had to respect her truth. And I've applied it ever since. Is that people will do what you allow them to do. If you're a workhorse, then they'll work the workhorse. But if you just look Princess Patty and they know you don't get your hands dirty, then they will not even ask you to get your hands dirty. It's only those of us that they know will roll up our sleeves and get out there and get in the trenches. They call on us. If you're the person that will spend the money or pay the bill in your family, guess what? They call on us because they know we're the ones that'll do it. So it's not them, it's us. So remember, always work on you. Stop working on everybody around you. Make yourself 1% better and stop trying to make them 1% better. If you want them to be 1% better, then you send them this show. I got you, Miss Connor. Well, I'm holding you accountable for not going to make assumptions, not take anything personally. Yes, that's right. We have to practice these 4 agreements. They are game changers. And if you don't know about the 4 agreements, you better get you a copy of the book or start listening to it on YouTube today. It'll change your life. Speaking of changing your life, I want to give a shout out to all my coaches in training who are taking the Get Paid in 90 Days coaching program. They are phenomenal coaches already. They didn't need me as far as I'm concerned. I said, shoot, I might have needed them. But I want to give them a shout out because they are transforming their own lives. And starting next week, they will be transforming other people's lives as well. If you're interested in transforming your life, reach out to me. Send me a DM. Go to mimithemotivator.com. Hit me up wherever you have seen me, heard me. Reach out. I am approachable. Don't believe that, oh, she's not going to respond. My love bugs will tell you I do respond. You tell me what's going on and I will respond like, love bug, take a deep breath and let's do this. I am here to serve you. I'm here to assist you. I am here to empower you. I'm here to read all the books and tell you what they say. I'm just a master teacher. And that's all I take claim for. Is I read the books, I watch the videos, I attend the seminars, I take all the certifications and pack it down. So that way you and I can just spend these 30 minutes together, becoming 1% better in one area of our lives. Because whatever we desire, we deserve. We're worthy. You are worthy, love bug. You are enough. So if no one has told you that today, you are enough. You are enough to be in the position you're in. You are enough to have the money that you desire. You are enough for the relationship that you desire. You are enough. So tell yourself, I am enough. I am worthy. I am deserving of what I desire. And everything is always working out for me. I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. This is the Get High on Motivation Show, where we get together every week to work on being what? 1% better in one area of our lives. My ask is that you be happy, that you be healthy, and be you. I love you, and I'll always be here for you.